Hi, and thanks for joining me today. Today, I am here to talk to you about some of the scandals that we have seen recently in the yoga community. And I'm going to ask that you meet me with your observer mindset. We are divine beings in a human experience. We think sometimes we're above suffering, but we are a divine being in a human experience. Human beings are animals, and animals do horrific things. I'm not saying that I am justifying or relinquishing a human being's responsibility to do what is morally and ethically right for the greater good. But I am saying that at the end of the day, a human being is an animal, and animals do horrible things. We don't judge the cheetah when the cheetah attacks another cheetah, or when the cheetah rapes another cheetah, or when the cheetah eats another cheetah's puppies. We just look at that as safari life. It might hurt our heart. It might make us feel sad. We might feel a lot of empathy for the cheetah that got hurt. But we're not judging the cheetah as bad or wrong. In our society, we have so much privilege that we forget sometimes that we aren't so far from the caves or the trees. And this forgetting makes us almost look at humanity as if we are demigods, like we have the ability to be perfect or something. And that is just a misunderstanding and perspective. Truth be told, we are all capable of horrific things. We might not think we are, but we are. If you were stranded on an island and had no food and water, and there was only one other person on that island with you, it wouldn't take very long, especially if you were in isolation, before one of the two of you, if not both, were thinking of ways that you could make a meal out of the other human. It's just evolution and it's survival. And it's an extreme case, but I really want to prepare us for the conversation we're about to have. Recently, things have been brought to light, not only in the yoga community, but in every community, it seems like. The church has had allegations of inappropriate conduct. The yoga community has had allegations of inappropriate conduct. The medical field has had allegations of inappropriate conduct. It seems like everywhere you go, there's inappropriate conduct, even in the political spheres. Horrific things have been brought to light. It's been shocking and deeply, deeply disappointing. It's hurt the entire community, the collective consciousness as a whole. I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but it's a fact of the human experience. Regardless of what the act is, murder, rape, sexual harassment, racism, terrorism, it doesn't matter what it is. The bottom line is we get angry and frustrated because we say that people shouldn't do those things. But the bottom line is people are animals. And most of the time they're forgetting. They don't even realize that they're a divine being in a human experience. They feel separate and they fall into this place of forgetting. And when they do that, they make decisions that hurt other people. It is a privilege to live in a society where we have rules and regulations, where we have standards, where we feel like we're safe and protected. And it's also a reality that we have to note that even in societies where we have these standards and we have these safeguards, there are whole communities that feel that those standards and safeguards don't apply to them. Minorities are one of them. The LGBTQ community are another. Women are another. These three communities actually sometimes feel as if the standards and the practices, the safety nets put in place by government and local officials don't apply to them. They apply to the abuser, or they apply to the one in power. This is unfortunate, and I do not condone this at all. Recently, several teachers that I have studied directly with have been accused of sexual misconduct and other accusations. We can't eradicate the teacher from our experience. Unfortunately, they were part of our journey. I don't have to agree with or condone their behavior, and I stand up for anyone who has ever felt that they are not safe or that they are not being heard in an environment where that's their right. I want to acknowledge anyone who feels that they have been a victim of sexual harassment, sexual misconduct, or any type of terrorist or sexual or harassing misconduct. If you've been a victim of racism, if you've been a victim of bigotism, if you've been a victim of any social injustice, I want to acknowledge you. We want to move away from that. All people everywhere deserve peace, security, safety, and freedom. We're working towards that. We're tearing down the structures that have supported those in power. We're trying hard to move in a direction where we can uplift the collective, not based on race, gender, sexual orientation, or socioeconomic status, but based on the fact that they are a divine being and a human experience. But we still have a long way to go. Please understand that humans are humans and that they do horrible things. The allegations that have recently come to light include allegations against Richard Miller, against Swami Satyananda, and others in the yoga community. Some of these individuals have been my teachers, and I respect and honor the teachings they've shared. I am calling for change. We cannot divorce these individuals from our trainings because they're part of my path. But we need to understand that I do not condone, nor does my Vinyasa practice condone, discrimination, harassment, or sexual misconduct for any person, for any being. The teachers are part of the teachings until we outgrow the teacher. We take the teachings with us, even when we leave the teacher behind. If at any time you ever need to talk about or check in on any of the allegations that have come up in the yoga community or any community at large, please don't hesitate to reach out. We do have a committed team of yoga therapists, counselors, coaches, and licensed professional counselors that are here to serve you and to help you to unpack some of these things. I will continue to acknowledge my teachers in lectures and videos with the caveat that I do not condone any behavior that makes others feel less than, lacking, incomplete, disconnected, or flawed in any way.